We all know by now that too much sun exposure isn't good for us, yet a lot of people with darker complexions assume they don't need to worry about damaging rays because their skin has darker pigmentation. But doctors are finding that's not the case.
We can still have photoaging, we still have sun damage, and the sun can still harm our skin.
Stacy Nam was diagnosed in her late 20s with melanoma, a dangerous form of skin cancer. Because she's Asian American, she never thought about sun damage.
I didn't burn as easily as my Caucasian friends, and I was honestly, I didn't really put on sunblock that much.
Research from a 2006 University of Cincinnati study showed that dark-skinned people, once thought to be immune to skin cancers, are more likely than whites to die from the disease, even though more whites develop the condition. Now that's because when the disease does occur in people of color, it's typically more aggressive and diagnosed in its later stages, which leads to disproportionately more deaths among minority populations, particularly blacks.
The most common places where we look for melanoma is the exact opposite of where you look for it in other races. It's usually in acral areas, which means fingertips, toes, and that's why they're the areas where people really aren't paying attention, particularly if it's on the feet.
For Stacy Nam, that means checking for spots, less time in the sun, and applying sunblock daily. For today's Health Minute, I'm Christy Paul.